So unfortunately this is going to be our final day here in Antarctica. The weather is still being very nice to us. The plan for today is to do another zodiac cruise in the morning where we're going to be heading out this way towards Spurt Island. Then we're going to be heading to a landing point on Trinity Island where there should be a few more Gen 2 penguins which we can take some cute pictures of. So it should be a nice final day here in the Antarctic continent.
Our zodiac cruise around Spurt Island was by far the choppiest of our excursions, which made us appreciate just how calm all of our other cruises were. The waves weren't massive, but in the small boats they certainly felt like it. We didn't see much wildlife on this cruise, but the coastline of Spurt Island was very impressive, with huge rock arches and channels cutting deep into the rock. The highlight for us though was the enormous circular iceberg sitting just offshore, which was so big it seemed like an island itself. Being our final zodiac cruise, the crew came out in onesies to deliver us all hot chocolates with a little splash of Baileys, which was a very welcome treat to warm the hands on a cold morning. Our final landing was in Mickelson Harbour on Trinity Island, just around the corner from Spurt Island. The landing site was home to a large Gen 2 penguin colony, but also some sleepy seals and a large collection of whale bones. On one side of the landing site, an enormous glacier towered above us, making everything in its shadow seem tiny in comparison. And on the other side of the site, we got incredible views out towards the peninsula, with the penguin colony and an old Antarctic research station in the foreground, and humpback whales feeding in the shallows just offshore. It was a scene that really epitomized everything that we had come to love about Antarctica, so we stood and enjoyed the views for as long as possible, knowing that after we left this little slice of land, our Antarctica expedition would be as good as over.
The next 2 days were spent recrossing the Drake Passage, which turned out to be another incredibly smooth crossing as we somehow managed to thread the needle between two storm systems. The evening before we arrived back in Ushuaia, we got to see the most incredible sunset from the ship, a beautiful ending to the trip of a lifetime. Eventually though, we found ourselves sailing back down the Beagle Channel into Ushuaia, where we docked and spent one more night aboard the ship before reluctantly disembarking early the next morning.